Well, welcome everyone to the Grossman School of Business Academic Overview session. I'm Haley Hasberger, a Student Success Advisor in Grossman, and I will be your presenter for today. Joining me is Samantha Williams, the Director of Grossman Center for Student Success, Cindy Dowling, our Administrative Assistant, who will be the first face you see when you come into our office, as well as Angela, Madison, and Travis, other student success advisors. Also joining us are two advocates. We have Cam and Evan, and GSB's Director for Undergraduate Programs, Dr. Amy Thomas, who most of you will see in one of your first year classes. So we are very excited you chose UVM and even more excited that you have chosen the Grossman School of Business. This presentation will be uploaded to our website, as I've mentioned, so you don't need to worry about writing everything down or remembering everything, and you can go over this information with your advisor in your one-on-one meetings. For anyone who is not familiar with Teams, I'm going to go through a brief tour of the features. So if you haven't used Teams before, I'll give you a moment to look at the slide for a visual of the toolbar features in Teams. This toolbar is located at the top of your Teams meeting. As part of the presentation, we ask that you keep your microphones on mute, which it sounds like everyone has done, and turn off your cameras to prevent lag. You can mute and unmute yourself, as well as show or hide your camera by selecting or unselecting each icon. So if you are muted and your camera is off, these icons will have a slash through them, indicating that they are not in use. You will have the opportunity to ask questions at the end of the presentation. We ask if you have a question to use the chat function to type your question into the chat so that we can make sure we address everyone's questions. The chat will appear on the right side of your screen once you select the chat icon. Our advisors and advocates and I will be monitoring the chat, so if you put anything in the chat, we will see it, as well as your fellow peers joining you today. I also want to point out that Teams offers a live captioning option, so if your environment is loud or you're unable to hear what I'm saying, you can turn on live captions by selecting More Actions and then selecting Turn on Live Captions, and they will begin appearing on your screen. So now on to the agenda. Today I will be introducing Grossman Center for Student Success, providing an overview of the Business Administration major, discussing your academic requirements, going through a variety of supportive resources available in Grossman and across campus, going over next steps, and then wrapping up with any questions you may have. So in the Grossman School of Business, we have an office called the Center for Student Success, or CSS for short. This office is where our advising team is housed. We do academic, career, and study abroad advising, in addition to helping you navigate UVM's resources. Since we are so central to your experience in Grossman, here's a little more about us. So our team of advisors helps students prepare for their academic schedules, as well as act as their support system and advocate during their time here in Grossman. So we show you the tools and resources you'll need to be successful. We are your support team. So this is your journey. This is your degree. If you're struggling in a course and have questions about your options, reach out to us. If you're going through a tough semester, reach out to us. If you feel like the business major is not right for you, reach out to us. We can have these discussions with you and help get you to the resources that can best support you. I want to give a quick shout out to the advocates joining us today. Advocates are UVM students who work with the Office of Admissions and academic departments. If you have or plan to take a tour of UVM's campus, an advocate will be your tour guide. Today, we are excited to have two GSB advocates joining us. We have Evan and Cam. And I also want to say that I'll let them introduce themselves and share one thing they enjoy about GSB or UVM. Let's start with Cam.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cameron Deal. I'm going to be a junior next year in our Grossman School of Business, and I'm excited to see all of you. I'm a marketing concentration, and then I have a minor in psychology. I'm also on the club soccer team, and I'm also part of GSAC, which is something we do in the business school and kind of oversees a bunch of events that we put on. And one thing that I'm looking forward to about UVM and excited to kind of keep going, I just want to be back in the classroom and like connecting again with my professors.
Hi, everybody. My name's Evan Siegel. Sorry if you hear my dog barking any minute. I'm going to New Orleans tomorrow and the babysitter's picking him up. But I am an incoming sophomore and I'm from Westport, Connecticut. I don't know yet my concentration and my theme because I'm only an incoming sophomore, but we'll worry about that later. And I'm really excited just to get back, as Kim said, in person without masks. And also, I am really excited just to continue doing clubs and all that. Yeah.
Thank you both. We'll be hearing from these advocates again, and they will be around for questions at the end of the presentation. So let's dive into the business school and your degree. So your undergraduate coursework will provide you with sophisticated knowledge and tools to allow you to be successful in the constantly evolving business world. We have not only designed our courses to promote your success, but we have also designed our building and the events held within its walls to foster your academic growth and professional development. We have one major, business administration. In the next few slides, I will go through the business major's course requirements. Your degree is broken up into multiple sections, so we're going to go over a few of those sections, starting with the university and general education requirements. Typically, students finish most of these courses by junior year so that you can focus more on upper-level business courses. Some of these requirements can be met by AP, dual enrollment, or IB coursework. You might have completed and then transferred into UVM. So when you speak with your advisor, please let them know if you've completed this coursework so you can both make any needed adjustments to your schedule. The next section is the basic business core. This section has some specific requirements that we want you to know about. The business core includes Business Enterprise 1 and 2, business communications, sustainable business strategies, information technology, decision analysis, financial and managerial accounting, macro and microeconomics, calculus, and statistics. So that did sound like a lot of classes that I listed off. I don't want you to panic. We will go over in a moment how to remember all of these requirements. An important thing to note is that these courses are the foundation to our curriculum, preparing you for the upper level business coursework. For each of these courses, you are required to earn a grade of C- or higher and a minimum of a 2.25 GPA across this section. Now, we understand things happen, so if you have to take a course over again, UVM does have a repeat policy in place that allows a student to repeat a course one time. If you find a subject difficult, are struggling in a course, or would benefit from extra help, it's really important to use support resources and your advisor. So the tutoring center, review sessions, study skill workshops, and instructor office hours are all great resources available to you. We encourage students to utilize these resources early on to set the groundwork for their academic success each semester. The next section of your degree is your upper level coursework. Within the business major, you choose a concentration based on your business interests and a theme based on what you value from business. We have 4 concentrations: accounting, finance, marketing, and business analytics, and 3 themes: global business, sustainable business, and entrepreneurship. You must choose at least 1 concentration and 1 theme, which you select at the end of your sophomore year. So you have plenty of time to explore your options and make a decision. You do not need to worry about choosing these now. Once you've fulfilled your basic business core requirements, you will advance to these focus areas normally in your junior year. For each concentration and theme, you will take between 4 and 6 upper-level business courses that focus on your chosen area of study. In addition to these requirements, you have flexibility to take other courses that you might be interested in, such as electives, or if you want to pursue a minor, you can do that as well. Again, we will chat about all of your choices when you meet with an advisor. Now, after going over all those requirements, I know that it might sound like a lot to remember, and that's why UVM offers a tool that organizes and displays all of your course requirements called your degree audit. So in your MyUVM portal, you can find your degree audit, which is a web-based tool that shows your progress towards degree completion. Your degree audit helps you see what has transferred in, what courses you're currently taking, and what courses you have left to take. To access your degree audit, you must be logged into your MyUVM portal. You'll select the Advising Degree Audit tab, and then you will click the big green bookmark stating Run Your Degree Audit. You can access your degree audit at any time, and we will walk through this system when you meet with an advisor in your one-on-one meeting. The biggest player in your transition to college is the newfound independence. You now have the responsibility of planning how you're going to break up your studying, whether or not you're going to reach out to your instructors when you have questions, and determining the effort you will put into your coursework. So I'm going to go over a few points that are important to getting the most out of your classes. 1, we recommend you read the course syllabus in its entirety, as many times the answer to a question you might have can be found in your syllabus. Each course syllabus acts as a guide and outline for your courses and is discussed in each course during the first week of classes. 2, course materials such as your books, online platforms, or homework help you learn and remember the subject, so it's important to come to class prepared. Wait to hear from each of your professors before purchasing your textbooks and online platforms, as they might suggest other options or might adjust their course requirements. 3, it's important to create a schedule, whether you write it down or in a planner or keep it in your head. Having a homework and study schedule is key to staying on top of your coursework. And then 4, academic integrity is taken very seriously at UVM, and we highly recommend you review these guidelines, which many times are listed in your course syllabus and are also listed on UVM's website. So with all that being said, we never want you to feel like this. There are so many resources at your disposal to support you throughout your college experience. Let's review some of these resources you have around you in the Grossman and UVM community. Starting with GSB's faculty appointments and office hours, you are encouraged to attend your professor's office hours, make appointments, or reach out to them if you have any questions about your course assignments, course content, or grades. You may also have a teaching assistant called a TA. These upper class business students assist in teaching the course, but also are high academic achievers and can be a helpful resource, especially leading up to exams, as they often hold group review sessions. On campus, there is a writing center you can connect with to get help with any papers, scripts, or presentations that you're working on. It's always good to get a second set of eyes on something, and the Writing Center can be that resource. UVM offers a variety of student services such as CAPS, which stands for Counseling and Psychiatric Services, SHS, which is Student Health Services, and SAS, also called Student Accessibility Services. So if you're struggling to adjust to college, or you're feeling anxious, depressed, or isolated, or just want to talk to someone, contact CAPS. They will be able to get you connected to a counselor as well as provide helpful resources. If you are sick or have a health concern, make an appointment with SHS. If you had learning accommodations in high school, such as an IEP or 504, make sure you reach out to SAS. This is a fantastic office that helps so many students. You can also receive temporary accommodations for things such as a concussion. It's always good to get connected with SAS early so your accommodations can be in place when the semester begins. You have access to UVM's Tutoring Center, which offers free tutoring sessions for students in a variety of subject areas. The Tutoring Center also offers study skill workshops, so if you need help learning time management skills or study strategies, those are great options. For a limited number of courses, there are supplemental instruction sessions, which offer group tutoring opportunities, normally on a set meeting schedule. UVM offers tech support services in a variety of forms to students, such as help with downloading software, to navigating particular applications. Grossman has specific technology requirements, which can be found on our website. So while many students prefer Apple computers in their personal life, here in Grossman, we advise against purchasing a Mac for schoolwork as they're unable to directly run some of the programs required by specific classes. Additionally, when faculty give demonstrations, they'll be using a PC, which may have a different location or procedure for functions. Please also note that the latest Apple M1 processor is not supported. This past semester, the majority of student IT help requests came from students who had various compatibility issues with GSB required software on their Apple laptops. Now, if you already own a Mac, all you would need to do is follow the guidance on our technology requirements page, as you will need to have additional applications installed on your device. The tech team can help you with these installations. And I also want to point out that the UVM bookstore has recommended laptops for Grossman students on their website, and these laptops meet our technology requirements. In addition to UVM's tech team, we have 2 undergraduate computer labs in our building that you have access to. Our computer labs are a great option if you have a weak connection in your dorm room or off campus. As previously mentioned, the Center for Student Success is a major resource during your time here in Grossman. Do not hesitate to reach out to us. Now I would like to discuss federal guidelines that apply to you and your privacy as a UVM student. So we understand that your family are potentially a huge influencer in your life and another major resource. With this in mind, our office falls under Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA. As an adult, the FERPA guidelines are in place to protect you. So we cannot talk to anyone outside of UVM, including your family members, about you unless we have a signed document saying who we are allowed to speak to and what we are allowed to speak with them about. These waivers are available from our office at the beginning of the fall semester. As stated on the slide, alcohol and drug violations are not protected by FERPA. So I've been talking at you for a while, and I want to take a break from information dumping and have our advocates host an icebreaker. Thank you both.
Oh, sorry, I unmuted myself and then muted myself again. It's Cameron again. So just to get us kind of more engaged after listening to the slideshow, which is very useful, but I know it can be a lot of information to take in. I'm going to ask you guys a question. If you want to just pop your answer in the chat, maybe that'd be awesome. You can type out an answer. You can use pictures to describe your answer, whatever you feel like. So what are you guys most excited about in the upcoming fall semester and looking forward to at UVM? I can start with saying one thing I'm excited about, and then maybe Evan can share his while you guys put something in the chat. I'm most excited to start playing club soccer again. Our practices were limited last semester due to COVID, so I'm excited to be a part of the team again.
I'm really excited to just like get back into clubs and everything, but actually have them be in person, and I like can finally experience what UVM really is like, because since I'm only a sophomore, I haven't really seen what it's like yet. But I'm super excited, and I also might be trying out for a club team. Who knows? So that's exciting.
Cool. So if anybody wants to drop some answers, oh, club sports, awesome. Is anybody interested in a certain club sport? move out of Delaware, meet new people, mountain biking, skiing, soccer, the outdoor club. Awesome. There's a lot of stuff outdoors. I'll quickly say that I did go on an outing club trip, and we went kayaking on the Waterbury Reservoir, and it is still my favorite memory. It happened within the first like 3 weeks of being on campus, and we went into this trip, and I made so many new friends, and it was awesome.
Also, I'll speak about like the skiing really fast because I see a lot of skiing. Skiing is really easy to do, and snowboarding, but skiing is so much better. You guys all know it. But it's so easy at UVM, and we get discounted passes to mountains, and it's a great time. I like recently got into skiing at UVM, and I got so much better. And I now have a bunch of videos that my mom does not like me showing her because I'm always doing all these jumps and everything.
Yeah, I will secretly side in that I do think skiing is better as well. It's a huge debate here on campus, but even if you don't ski and snowboard, there's tons of stuff to do in the winter, so don't let that scare you at all. So now we've talked about kind of the fun part of campus. Academics are equally important. So like one thing that helped me be successful in my course was reaching out to my professors. I actually just emailed one of my professors this morning just because I missed seeing him in class and I just wanted to catch up. So whether it be I need help with school or I need help with just life in general, they're always there. And that's like a great resource to help. And then if I was going to say like a favorite study space, maybe I love Calkin, which is our business school building. Evan can relate. We always see each other in there all the time. It's a great place to meet people in the business school. So totally recommend just kind of sitting in there once you come to campus. And it's a great way to see people in passing, common people you see in your classes. I don't know if you want to add anything, Evan.
Yeah, I just want to say like one thing about Vermont. Oh, this sounds like so tour guide. Well, I am a tour guide, so it's fine. But one thing that I love about Vermont is everyone kind of wants to like meet new people. So it's very common to just be like sitting in the computer lab and you like meet random people and everyone in Grossman just wants to kind of like say hi and know what you're doing. And yeah.
Yeah, so if anybody has questions about like the academic study space or stuff like that, you can also drop it in the chat, or maybe something that you're excited about in terms of academics, maybe drop that in the chat too, and we'll call out a few of them before we move on. Okay, we'll give it like 30 more seconds if anybody wants to drop anything else in the chat that they're excited about, that they want to learn about school, and if not, I think Haley will take back over.
All right, well, I'll take back over. Thank you both so much, and thank you to everyone for sharing your interests in the chat. It's really exciting to hear that you are so excited to be coming to UVM and exploring Vermont and meeting new people. We are very excited as well for the fall semester, and we look forward to seeing you thrive here at UVM. Your advocates will be sticking around for questions, so if you do have any questions at the end, we'll all be monitoring the chat and here to help answer them. All right, so I want to say that beyond the resources I have already mentioned, Grossman offers many different clubs that students can join. There is the Accounting Club, Entrepreneurship Club, and the Family Business Club, just to name a few. Beyond these business clubs, UVM offers over 200 clubs and organizations that you can get involved in as early as your first semester. In addition to clubs, you can participate in business pitch and case competitions, similar to mock trial or debate club. If you're interested in studying abroad, UVM offers over 500 programs, and some of our popular business-specific programs are in France, the Netherlands, Sweden, and Spain. I also want to say that Grossman offers events like career fairs, networking nights, and seminars, which are great ways to make connections with potential future employers and alumni. We would love you all to join the Grossman community early by following us on Instagram and Facebook. We have a very active presence on these channels, and these media outlets become resources during the academic semester with upcoming events and community happenings highlighted weekly. Right now, our marketing department is looking for incoming students like you to feature. If you're interested in being featured in our Spotlight series on Instagram, please contact Rachel Narkowitz by email. For reference, her email is on the slide. You can also find her email on the website. You can also email our office directly to share your interest, and we can contact Rachel on your behalf. The goal of the Spotlight series is to have your peers and your incoming students see you as a potential friend, as someone that they know who's coming into the business school, as well as the upperclassmen see our incoming students. We have a really tight-knit community in Grossman, and we're excited to welcome you into it. So what you've probably been waiting for or are anxious about is your fall schedule. I will now go over your anticipated schedule for the upcoming semester, but I want you to keep in mind that this schedule is subject to change, especially if you have transferred in any AP, dual enrollment, or IB credit from another university. So for most of you, you will be scheduled full-time into your fall semester courses by our office. The courses listed on the slide are an example of what your first semester schedule will most likely look like. You will take our Business Enterprise 1 course, our Business Communications course, and then a 1 credit hour professional development course. Business Enterprise 1 and Business Communications will provide you with the foundational knowledge to prepare you for your future business coursework. Your professional development course helps you learn more about career readiness, the resources available to you across campus, and the business industry at large. You will also take macroeconomics and a calculus course. Again, your schedule might look a little different if you're transferring in any credit. In the near future, when you chat with an advisor in a one-on-one meeting, you will be able to make any needed changes to this schedule. Please keep in mind that 12 credit hours is the minimum number of credits to be full-time, and there are scholarship, financial aid, housing, and NCAA implications if you're enrolled in less than full-time. Now, related to your fall schedule is the Mathematics Readiness Test, or MRT, which is a 45-minute test of basic high school math skills such as algebra and trigonometry. All new first-year business students must take the MRT. Even if you plan to transfer in AP Calculus credit, you are still required to complete this test. The MRT determines your math course placement for fall 2021 to make sure that you are the most successful. Please complete the MRT at least 48 hours before your one-on-one advising meeting. And I want to say that the MRT is on your new student checklist if you haven't seen it already, and you should have received an informational email and MRT login instructions to your UVM email on May 28th. Included in your MRT account is a review section to help you prepare for this exam. I've covered a lot of information, and I want to shift gears to talk about what you should do after this presentation. Your next step is to schedule a one-on-one registration appointment with an advisor in our office if you have not already. You should have received an email June 1st from Cindy Dowling with a link to schedule these appointments. This email was sent to your UVM email, so if you haven't checked your UVM email, please do so. You can see availability for all of our advisors, so Angela Erdman, me, Haley Hasberger, Madison Berry, Samantha Williams, and Travis Perry, and you choose a time and day that works best for your schedule. These advising appointments are student-only appointments, meaning we respectfully discourage family members or friends from joining in. In these meetings, you will go over your fall schedule, if you plan to transfer in any credit, and then you can make any needed changes to your schedule. We will show you how to find and use your degree audit. We will also let you explore your MyUVM portal and show you where you can add your preferred name and pronouns. We can also discuss any goals or questions that you might have at that time. Our advisors are thrilled to meet you and look forward to getting to know you. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you didn't receive this email to make an appointment or are having trouble scheduling an appointment. We would love to help. All right, so we're nearing the end of the presentation and we want you to take away some advice before you start your first year at UVM. Who better to share this advice than current business students? So advocates, what is one piece of advice you want to share with our incoming first years?
Yeah, I can go first. So my biggest advice is we have this thing called an activities fest, like the first week of school. That's on one of our greens. And at first I was like, I'm not going to sign up for too much, but I did. I signed up for like 24 clubs and it's not something that I regret at all. The best way to figure out what you like is to try everything. So like getting tasting spoons at like an ice cream shop or Ben and Jerry's, like why not just try it out? You don't have to stick with it. If it's something that doesn't serve you, that's totally okay. But like any opportunity that you get, take it. You might end up a little over involved, but there's nothing wrong with that. And one thing like I kind of wish I knew before coming to college is that clubs and a lot of the organizations are different levels of commitment. So you can either be really committed in a club or you can just part-time be committed. So you don't have to go all into everything. Although I'm sure me and Evan are kind of the type that love to try and do that. Sometimes you can just go to like a meeting once a month instead of having it weekly, even though it does meet weekly. So try everything and just like dip into different flavors.
Yeah, so Cam and I are like the same person, so she naturally stole my advice. However, yeah, I was just gonna say go out of your comfort zone and really be open to meeting new people and trying new things. And also, one tip more for Grossman that I think Cam could probably speak to this as well, but one that really helped me is I became super organized. I would have a homework planner and I'd write everything out, and that just had me really like ready for like every single day and every week. And also, if it helps, you can go into the GSB labs and you could look at your stuff on one of the big computer screens that they have, because it kind of helps to just like see everything. So yeah, those are my tips.
Thank you both for these wonderful takeaways. I hope our new students listen to them. It's just such great advice. So thank you both again. All right, well, I'm going to move on. Again, your advocates are sticking around for the question portion of the presentation.
Haley, you're muted right now.
Thank you. So I just wanted to say that we've reached the end of the presentation. So if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to put them in the chat at this time, and we can make sure we address everyone's questions. Again, thank you all for joining us today. We've really appreciated it. If you don't have any questions at this time, you can feel free to leave. I know I'm the type of person that I think of many questions later on. So if you do have questions later on, you can just email us at our email, gsbcss@uvm.edu. And all right, I'll be on the lookout for any questions. Yeah, thank you all. I see a lot of thank yous in the chat. We're so happy to have you joining us. I see. What clubs would you recommend for freshmen Grossman students to check out? There are so many clubs. It totally depends on your interest. It looks like Cam wants to say something.
I was just going to pop on and kind of second what you were going to say, but there's like over 200 clubs. So whatever your interest is, you can find one. And I don't think there's like a particular one that first year students should join. We also have club sports. So if you want to get involved in sports, that's like one of the sections of clubs. But we also have like newspapers that you can write for. I'm not sure if that's directly under clubs, but just like another organization you can join. So there's not a particular best one, but I would say just pick your interest and go for it.
Yeah, definitely. I also want to point out they've mentioned club sports. There are also intramural sports. So if you don't want to commit to like a club sport, you could join an intramural sport, and they're I think they're broken up into 2 different sessions each semester. So you don't have to commit to an entire semester of doing a sport. All right. I don't see any more questions, but if anyone has any questions, just put them in the chat.